Old ore dumps lie on the hillside around the Burra mine, a fascinating and historical old copper mine about 94 miles north of Adelaide. You've heard of the saying, looking for a needle in a haystack. Well, Margaret's looking for malachite, a much sought after green-coloured gemstone. How's that for luck? This piece is what gem hunters would call a good find. The circular pattern in malachite contributes to the beauty of the stone when it is worked into jewellery. Peter and Wendy were lucky enough to find a shingleback, or commonly known stumpy-tailed lizard. It was the only one, thank goodness. The problem was to get it home safely, making sure it had plenty of fruit to eat, and was put in a very strong box. The Burra mine was opened in the very early days of Australia in 1845. The great masses of malachite, azurite and native copper which abundantly littered the hillside was indeed one of history's most amazing mineral finds. The workings were shallow, 600 feet being the deepest. Dotting the Burra landscape are the fast crumbling shafts which encircle the mighty open cut. The ruined stone walls of the old engine houses, which were used to pump water to the workings, are still standing. Their massive walls, towering 3 to 4 stories, are 5 feet thick at the base. This is one of the huge bolts that held down the pump. Welsh and Cornish miners with generations of experience in the English mines came out to work the Burra, so forming one of Australia's early group migrant schemes. On top of the highest hill was built the powder magazine. Examples of the stonemason's art have stood the test of time. This chimney was built by Cornish craftsmen, in contrast to the square chimneys built by the Welsh. In the banks of the Burra Creek are 2 miners' homes. Peter and Wendy went in to have a look and found them very dark and musty. They didn't stay long. Paxton Square. Still well preserved are these 33 cottages built for the skilled miners. The first jail built in South Australia, outside of Adelaide, was to accommodate 30 prisoners. After the closing of the mine, it was turned into a girls' reformatory, but is now to be restored by the Historic Society. No trace of malachite here, so it's back to the mine for another fossick before heading for home. The children enjoy helping with the tedious task of carefully picking through the rubble. Finally, all efforts are rewarded. Shocking as it may seem, this is common practice with gem hunters in the field. Another fine specimen for the collection and a fitting climax to a memorable visit to historic Burra.